Greetings, friends and enemies. Today we'll be taking a look at what I keep inside my pencil case. So I recorded a what's in my pencil case kind of video, I guess it's been over a year ago now, and some of the stuff in there has changed, obviously. As I've gotten deeper and deeper into traditional art, I've gotten deeper and deeper into traditional art supplies, so I figured I would give you guys a little updated look at what I keep in my pencil case. Obviously this is a different pencil case from last time, but if you want to watch that video, I'll have it linked in the corner thingy there so you can take a look at it. First things first, we'll have the actual case. It's a little simple pencil case. I think it's some off-brand nonsense. It says Magic Cool Design. I'm not sure if this is like a knockoff of an actual pencil case brand, but I found it on Amazon, so I'll have that linked in the description below if you're interested in picking up one like this. I think it comes in several other colors, but I picked up pink. I also have a couple little dangly charms here. I have some little Tokidoki Unicorno cell phone charms that I keep on here. I tried putting them on my cell phone and then again on my 3DS, but they just got in the way, so I stick them on my pencil case. I have the little Egyptian one. I don't know their names, so if you do, you can leave that in the comments. But I have a little Egyptian one with hieroglyphics on her, and then I have a little one that looks kind of like Swan. So I'm glad I got these two sporadically on the same day. We'll open her up here and take a look inside. So here's what it looks like when you first open it up. Got all sorts of goodies in here. I think we'll take a look at what's in this pocket up here first. First out, we have a kneaded eraser. I know I talked about in my last video that I don't use kneaded erasers because I couldn't get a good grip on it, but as I started working in colored pencil, I found that when I swipe, which I shouldn't do, but it's old habits die hard, y'all, that sometimes I can lift up a lot of that colored lead by using a kneaded eraser. So I carry one with me and I keep it in like this little well-used sandwich bag plastic. I just cut off like the majority of the sandwich bag, and that just keeps it from getting too dirty inside my case. Even though it doesn't really touch anything in this pocket, I'd rather just not collect lint and dirt on it. So that's that. Also in this pocket we have a couple of different leads. These are mechanical pencil leads in both red and blue because I wanted to sketch in color again, but I didn't want to use col-erase pencils at the time, so I ended up finding some blue and red 0.5 millimeter lead for my mechanical pencil, and I cannot tell you guys how hard it is to find colored lead in 0.5. Like, I searched forever and was finally able to find some at a reasonable price. Also in this little pocket we just have some, like, I think these are the cell phone charm parts from those little Tokidoki key rings and a rubber band, because you never know when you're gonna need a rubber band. Let me just tuck all that back in there here, get this back in. You can watch me disassemble and reassemble my pencil case here. But that's what's in that pocket. And in this pocket, we certainly don't have much. In this pocket, we have some regular pencil lead, which I'm almost out. I have like a metric ton of lead that I've just collected over the years, so I'll just replace this with one I have. It's just, again, 0.5, that's what I like to draw in. And then I also have started carrying some washi tape. A lot of the pages in my sketchbooks have started coming loose at the perforations, and I don't want to tear them out, obviously, so I just use some cute little kitty cat washi tape to stick them back in. So that was, look at these little front pockets there, and in the little pen holder here is where I keep most of my pens. I won't say most, I keep my favorite pens. We have my Sakura Jelly Roll pen. Sorry about that. My Sakura Jelly Roll pen and my Uniball Signo as well. I also have a black Jelly Roll pen, and this is a Pentel Hybrid Technica pen. It's got a really nice stabby point on it, if you can see that at all. I used to use the black pens to do top line art for my colored pencil pieces, but I eventually found a multi-liner that works pretty well with them, so I mostly just use those for general writing and if I have to add details to anything. And I also just have a what is this one? A Pilot Frixion pen, which is one of those pens that if you write with it, you can erase it. So we have my little Alola starter pad here, so I can just go hi, and then you can see got a little hi there, and I can just I'm shaking the camera a bit, so sorry. Go high, and boop, it's all done. There are tons of reviews for these. They're really fun. I mostly just use it for like taking notes or writing stuff down. So can never have too many writing utensils on your person. Moving on to the big pocket here. I'll try to keep this in camera. I keep sliding it off. Moving on to the big pocket here, we have my eraser, which is just a Staedtler Mars plastic eraser. It used to have like a cardboard piece on it, but I ended up taking that off just because it got all old and in the way. So that's the kind of eraser I use. I know in my previous video I used a black pearl from Rubbermaid or something, Rubbermaid, whatever, but I eventually changed that to this one because I like it a lot better. Also here you can see my myriad of inking pens. So let's pick out all of these. These are, if you can't tell already, Copic multiliners. I like to use Copic multiliners. I used to use microns, which you'll still see a few in here, which I just kept 5 and 8, I think. Yeah, it looks like I just kept the 5 and 8 for some reason. I can't remember why I kept those. But here are the inking pens I tend to use. Like I said, I used to use microns religiously, and they are cheaper and the more affordable option. But for me, the problem was I couldn't do top inks on colored pencil pieces. What that means is I'll draw a picture, I'll ink it, and then I'll color it in colored pencil, but the lines will get smudged or dirty or covered up by the waxy pencil, and so I'll go back and do a second run of inks. And microns do not like the waxy surface at all. They will clog, they will just stop working. It's not a fun situation to be in. But I got Copic multiliners. These are the disposable multiliners. These aren't the SP line that you can get, that you can refill and replace the nib. These are just the regular, cheaper, disposable ones. But they've lasted me a while. But these, however, take to the waxy surface of the colored pencil much, much better, in my opinion. Other people, you know, like your mileage may vary on that, but in my experience, these work really, really well on top of my colored pencils. They still clog up just a bit, especially the 03 pen, because it's so small. It does tend to get a little bit more waxy buildup on it quicker, but it's nothing to just sort of wipe that off. Like the ones I use the most, the 03 and the 05, or the 0.3 and the 0.5 work tremendously well on colored pencils. So if you're looking for something to do top inks, I recommend trying out Copic multiliners and see if they work for you like they did for me. Moving on, we have a couple of brush pens. These are my favorite brush pens, man. I used to be like religiously into the Pentel Pocket brush pen until I realized, I don't know, like I wanted to be good at the Pentel Pocket brush pen, but it wasn't working for me. I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get any good with it. Like it was too big, too out of control. I didn't like the feel of it. And on a whim, I picked up the the Pilot Pocket brush pens, which is what these are. And let me tell you guys, these are my favorite brush pens. I love them. So I have the hard tip and the soft tip. I much prefer the soft tip, but I also like the hard tip as well. I'll pull out my handy dandy Alola starter pad here and show you kind of the difference. So here's the hard tip. As you can see, it's a much smaller tip. It's much less flexible, but it's still pretty flexible. So I can just go. Hi for y'all. Sorry about the dogs barking. And that was the hard tip. So here is the soft tip. As you can see, the tip's a bit longer and it looks more like a Copic nib. It's more like a sponge tip, which I like much better because I don't have to worry about bristles and stuff getting all out of control. And you can kind of see, I'm not practiced with it today, so you can kind of see the range they each get. And I don't have to worry about stray bristles or trimming it or anything on these, which I really, really enjoy. So here's the kind of, well, I'm sure it can go smoother than that, but you know what I mean. So those are kind of those brush pens. And I definitely, like I said, prefer these much, much more to the Pentel Pocket brush pen. The only problem is I don't think these are refillable, which is fine. I don't think they're that expensive. I got them from Jet Pens. I'll have a link to all of this stuff in the description below if you want any of it. But yeah, I much prefer these brush pens to Pentel. Also in here, we have a couple of col-erase pencils. Oh, man, this blue is really in there. I don't draw with these as much anymore. I swore by them at the time of my last pencil pouch tour or whatever. I swore by them at the time, but I don't really draw with them much anymore. I missed my my really fine tip that I didn't have to sharpen on my mechanical pencil, which is right here. This is a really, really old pencil. I probably had this for 10 years maybe? For 10 years? Yeah, close to 10 years. I had it when I was in middle school and I carried it all through high school. It's probably closer to 10 years. It's 0.5. It's really small. I don't have to sharpen it. I get all those fine little details, and I just love mechanical pencils, which is another reason I bought that lead. I wanted to still draw in color, but use a mechanical pencil. But I still keep the col-erase around in case I need to do anything in case I want to draw with them, essentially. Like, do I really need any other reason? And then I also have just a regular writing pen, just a Uniball Onyx. Like, it's just a pen. Just a pen. I got it from my work. Like, my work has like free stationery and I needed to write something and I just picked it up. So I just keep that in there again. Kind of like with the other two, just to sort of, if I need anything to write with. And I also, finally on the pens, I have a couple of Pentel metallic gel pens in case I want to add a little sparkle to any of the drawings I did that day. I have it in metallic silver and metallic gold. But yeah, that's really all they're for, in case I wanted to add some fancy sparkle to whatever drawing I'm doing that day. And last but not least, my very best friend in the entire world, let me just move this out the way here so I can refocus, is a pencil sharpener. So this is the Prismacolor pencil sharpener. I really like this little pencil sharpener. For one, I had two different ones in the last one. Neither of them really felt good to me, but this one feels amazing. It's nice to hold. It feels good in your hand. It's got a little protective cover. Whoops. It's got a little protective cover to keep stuff from falling in and stuff from falling out, and it also holds all of your shavings. So you just pop off the top, and there are all your little pencil shavings in there, and you can dump them on out, which is what I just did. So there you go. I really like this one. This is what I mainly used for my coloring pencils, and this isn't, well, obviously it was mainly used for colored pencils, my Prismacolors when I was coloring with those. I also use it for the col-erase, obviously, but I recently got an electric sharpener at work to use for my colored pencils, and it is a dream, let me tell y'all. But yeah, so that is a look at what I keep inside my pencil case. Like I said before, I'll have links to everything down in the description below in case you want to purchase any of this for yourself and try it out. If you like what you see, don't forget to click that like button. You can click that subscribe button to get a brand new video from me every single week. And if you're already subscribed, why don't you click that little ding-a-ling bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.